Hi everyone, I'm Tracy Hecht, the author of the Nocturnals book series, and I'm in my favorite reading room in my house, and I'm excited to read The Tasty Treat with you today. I brought my friend Dawn the Fox to read with us. As you can see, Dawn is in this book along with her friends Tobin the Pangolin and Bismarck the Sugar Glider. And I thought as we read today, we could have fun with two things. The first is that this book is filled with sight words. So as we're reading, feel free to just point at the sight words that you recognize or already know. And the other thing we're going to do today is we're going to practice with the sound t, t. Do you know what letter makes that sound? The T. Just like the tasty treat. So as we read, I'll have you guys help me with the T words with a nice strong T. Okay, let's start. Chapter 1. The moon was up. The stars were twinkling. It was nighttime, but some animals were awake. One of them was a fox. The fox's name was Dawn. Dawn was nocturnal, awake at night and asleep in the day. Dawn looked left. Dawn looked right. Where were her friends? They were nocturnal too. Tobin! Should we say that again with the T? Tobin! Bismarck, Dawn called out. Where are you? Can you see anyone hiding in these pages? Dawn saw a tail. The tail was long. The tail was covered in scales. The tail belonged to a pangolin. There you are, Dawn said. The pangolin came out of the shrubs. The pangolin's name was Tobin. Tobin yawned. Tobin stretched his arms. Tobin felt his tummy rumble. Oh goodness, Tobin said. I think I am hungry. Why don't we look for a snack, Dawn said. And we can look for Bismarck too, Tobin added. Suddenly, a greenish round fruit dropped from the tree. The fruit was a pomelo. Then a sugar glider dropped from the tree. The sugar glider was Bismarck. Amigos, Bismarck said to his friends, look no further. A snack and a sugar glider are here. Bismarck had fancy flaps. Bismarck had shiny silver fur. Bismarck had big black eyes and also a bit of a bald spot. Tobin giggled. Dawn's mouth turned up in a smile. Bismarck was not big, but he was bold. Bismarck picked up the greenish round fruit. Care for a bite? Bismarck asked. Oh goodness, yes, Tobin said. We can have a pomelo picnic, Dawn said. Dawn peeled open the pomelo. Dawn gave a piece to Tobin. Dawn gave a piece to Bismarck. And the three nocturnal friends shared a tasty treat. Can we say that again with the t, t, t? And the three nocturnal friends shared a tasty treat. How many of you, before we started reading this, knew what a fox was? How many of you knew what a pangolin was or a sugar glider? Well, one of the things I love about the Nocturnals books is when you get to the back of the books, there's a section called Fun Facts. And in that section, you can learn what it is to be nocturnal or what it is to be a pangolin or a fox or a sugar glider. You can even learn about their snack, the pomelo, which is a citrus fruit. And as you're going back through this book, you can read it to your own friends, the stuffed animals, and you can point out to them the sight words that you found, and you can talk with the t, t, t for the T words that you see, like Tobin and tasty. Thank you so much for coming. Have a great day. Hi everyone, I'm Tracy Hecht, the author of the Nocturnals book series, and today I thought we would read The Slithery Shakedown. So we're going to do the two things that we always do when we read. The first is that we're going to point at sight words that we know as we go. So as you're reading along with me, you can just point at the words that you've already learned or you think you may be learning and are familiar. And the book is filled with them, so you'll be busy. And the second thing we're going to do is practice with the sound S, S. Everybody knows what that sound is made by, right? Which letter makes the sound S? An S, yes. So the slithery shakedown has lots of S's for us to say as we read. And today, since I usually bring a special guest to my reading room, I brought a little tiny Bismarck. So can you see? I'm bringing him in. He's the tiniest little Bismarck. And for those of you who are reading with us for the first time, Bismarck is the sugar glider in the Nocturnal Brigade, and he's friends with Dawn the fox and Tobin the pangolin. So let's get started with Bismarck sitting with us on the slithery shakedown. Chapter 1. The moon was high. The sun had set. Nighttime had arrived, but Bismarck's friends had not. "They're late," Bismarck said to the darkness. Bismarck tapped his foot. Bismarck put his fists to his hips. Bismarck scrunched his tiny pink nose. This sugar glider was peeved. "We sugar gliders are always on time," Bismarck said. He smoothed the fur on his chest. He admired his fluffy tail. He stretched his stretchy wings. Suddenly, the grass swooshed. Bismarck jumped. A nose popped from the tall reeds. The nose was long. The nose was smooth. The nose belonged to a pangolin. The pangolin was named Tobin. Tobin was Bismarck's friend. Bismarck relaxed. Tobin blinked his little black eyes. Tobin stretched his short neck. Tobin scratched his scaly rump. Tobin had just woken up. He was nocturnal, awake by night, asleep by day. Just then, the grasses swooshed again. Swoosh. That's a good S sound, right? Swoosh. This time, a red fox stepped from the tall reeds. Her fur was soft. Her ears were pointy. Her name was Dawn. "Amigos," Bismarck sang out. "We're all here, the Nocturnal Brigade." Bismarck hopped on a rock. "I shall lead us on an adventure," Bismarck said to his friends. "I am Bismarck the Brave." Bismarck stood tall. Bismarck squatted small. Bismarck puffed out his chest. Tobin giggled. Dawn's mouth curved into a gentle smile. They were used to their silly friend. Dawn rose from her haunches. "We've been asleep all day," Dawn said. "Why don't we start our adventure with some breakfast?" But as Dawn spoke, something behind Bismarck caught her eye. It was blue. It was shimmery. It made a noise like sss. Can you all do that? Sss. It was a snake. "Did someone say breakfast?" the snake said. Bismarck spun around. Behind him was a long blue shimmery snake. The snake slid from the grass. The snake raised its head. The snake flicked its flickery tongue. "Bismarck, look out!" Dawn cried. Bismarck froze. The snake slithered closer. "Scrumptious," the snake said. "A scrawny little sugar glider. The perfect snack." Bismarck screamed. "Save me!" Bismarck cried. "That snake will turn me into a sugar glider stew." Bismarck scurried behind Dawn. Dawn narrowed her eyes. Dawn took a step forward. Stop, Dawn told the snake. This sugar glider is not your snack. The snake swished its tail. Says who? The snake replied. Says me, Dawn shot back. Tobin looked at his small sugar glider friend. Tobin summoned his courage. And me, Tobin said. See, Bismarck shouted. Says she, and he. Bismarck pointed to his friends. Oh, and me, Bismarck said. The snake stared at the fox. The fox stared at the snake. The sugar glider and the pangolin stared too. This was a standoff. The snake gave a sly smile. The snake stretched very tall. Try and stop me, the snake said. Certainly, Dawn replied. Sure thing, added Tobin. Seriously? Bawled Bismarck. The snake got ready to spring. Dawn snarled. Slither back where you came from, Dawn told the snake. Tobin raised a sharp taloned claw. Take off, Tobin told the snake. Bismarck took a deep breath. Yeah, beat it, you bully, Bismarck sputtered. The snake studied the three friends. One tall, one small, one medium. But together, tough stuff. The snake sputtered. On second thought, the snake said, it might be time for me to skedaddle. Sayonara. And the snake slithered back into the woods. By the stars, Bismarck cried. We scared that bully away. Bravo! Bismarck was shaking. Bismarck, were you afraid? Tobin asked his friend. No, Bismarck said. I was not afraid. I am brave. Bismarck, Dawn said. Everybody gets afraid. Oh, goodness, that's true, Tobin said. I was scared of that snake. I was also scared, Dawn said. You can be scared and brave, too. But I am Bismarck, Bismarck said. Sugar glider spectacular, strong, spunky, and never scared. Tobin smiled. Dawn raised one eyebrow. But Bismarck gasped. Something blue and shimmery had caught his eye. Bismarck blinked. Bismarck tried to be brave. Bismarck bent low to see. The thing was blue. The thing was shimmery. But the thing was not slithery. By the moon, Bismarck said. Look here. That snake slithered right out of its skin. Bismarck reached for the snake skin. He held it up high. He tore off a piece. He tied it around his neck. I am brave, Bismarck declared. Bismarck gave a piece to Tobin. Oh, goodness, Tobin said. Tobin twirled in his new blue cape. Bismarck gave a piece to Dawn. Very nice, Dawn said. Dawn admired her new shimmery shawl. The perfect uniform for our perfect brigade, Dawn said. The Nocturnal Brigade, Tobin cheered. Bismarck smiled. Bold in adventure, and best of all, brave. You can see right here that Bismarck is still wearing his snakeskin cape. Do you see that? So one of the things that would be nice is for you to think about and maybe even talk to a friend or a parent or a sibling or even your stuffed animals if that's who you're reading to. Times when you felt scared but also felt brave. Because in this book, The Slithery Shakedown, these three friends not only stand up to a bully, but they stand up to a bully and are really brave. So this book is a really fun book to talk about with a friend. and you still have all of your fun S words like snake words and shakedown and slithery. There's so many in here to find that start with that sound S, and lots of sight words. And I like talking about this book too because I think it's really important to remember that you can be scared and you can also be brave. And that's a fun thing to remember from your friends and yourself. Okay, thank you so much for coming. Have a great day. Hi everyone, I'm Tracy Hecht, the author of the Nocturnals book series, and I'm in my favorite reading room in my house. And today I thought we would read The Chestnut Challenge. So you guys know I always bring a friend, and today in the Chestnut Challenge we watched Tobin play chestnut checkers. So today I brought Tobin. This is my little Tobin, and he has a really nice little tail, and he can move his arms and his nose, and he's going to sit here right with us while we read, right next to me. And then the other two things we always do when we're reading the Nocturnals books is we look for our sight words. So as we're reading this, point at the sight words when you see them. So they're on every page, and you guys will know them really well. And as we're going, you can just keep pointing at them. And the other thing we're doing today is we're practicing the sound ch, ch. Can you all do that? Ch, ch is made by which two letters? C and H. So we have lots of ch sounds in this, starting with the title, The Chestnut Challenge. So let's see what Dawn, Tobin, Bismarck, and their new friend, Chandler, have in store for us today. Okay, chapter 1. The sky was dark. The stars were sparkling. Many animals were sleeping, but 3 friends were wide awake. They were playing a game of chestnut checkers. Tobin, it's your move, the sugar glider said. He snapped his small fingers. He tapped his tiny foot. Hurry up, the sugar glider chided. Bismarck, the fox said, let Tobin take his time. Deciding which chestnut to move is not easy. Oh, goodness, Tobin sighed. The pangolin scratched his chin. The pangolin chewed his claw. Finally, Tobin moved a chestnut. Aha! You have fallen into my trap, Bismarck said. I will be the chestnut champion now. Watch this. Bismarck moved one of his chestnuts. But Bismarck, Tobin said, now I can do this. Tobin jumped a chestnut across the board and captured all of Bismarck's chestnuts. Chirping chickadees, Bismarck said. I am not a chestnut champion. I am a loser, a failure, a flop. Oh, Bismarck, Tobin laughed. You are too serious about chestnuts. It is only a game. Only a game? A voice called from the shadows. Not to this champion. Hello, chums, a chinchilla said. I am Chandler, the real chestnut champion. This chinchilla was one cheeky chap. Bismarck scrunched his nose. I'm not sure we should play with this chinchilla, Bismarck whispered to his friends. He seems a bit braggy, a bit boastful. Bismarck, Dawn said, let's give him a chance. Chandler, Dawn said to the chinchilla, which one of us would you like to play? Chandler picked up his chestnut. Chandler tossed the chestnut from paw to paw. Chandler placed the chestnut on the board. I choose him. Chandler pointed to Tobin. I challenge your champion to a competition. Oh dear, Tobin said, but I don't like competitions. I play for fun. Come on, Tobin, Bismarck cheered his friend. Show this chinchilla who the real champion is. Tobin, Dawn said, it is your choice if you want to play. Enough chit-chat, Chandler interrupted. Do you accept my challenge or not? Tobin looked at Dawn. Tobin looked at Bismarck. Tobin took a deep breath. Okay, Tobin said, I will play, but just for fun. Chandler and Tobin started to play. Chandler's brow wrinkled. Tobin's jaw tightened. No one seemed to be having fun. Suddenly, Chandler gasped. Look over there, Chandler cried out. Chandler pointed to something behind the three friends. Dawn, Tobin, and Bismarck all turned. And that's when Chandler reached forward and moved one of Tobin's chestnuts. Dawn was confused. I didn't see anything unusual over there, Dawn said. Nada, nothing, Bismarck added. Chandler the chinchilla, you need to get your eyes checked. Maybe it was just a shadow, sorry. But it's my turn, and Tobin, my chap, your chestnut is now mine. Chandler captured the chestnut that he had just moved. Dawn leaned over. Dawn studied the board. Dawn did not remember Tobin's chestnut being in that spot. Amigo Pangolino, Bismarck cried. You cannot lose to this cheeky challenger. Tobin's heart beat faster. Just then, Chandler took a big, deep breath. Achoo! The chinchilla sneezed and leaned over the board, and when the friends were not looking, Chandler moved 2 more chestnuts. Excuse me, Chandler sniffed. Chandler let out a chuckle. He was pleased. No one had seen him cheating. Tobin, Bismarck cried. It's your turn. Don't let this chinchilla turn you into a chestnut chump. Tobin closed his eyes to think, and when Tobin's eyes were shut, Chandler reached out and stole one of Tobin's chestnuts. Dawn! Tobin, Bismarck hollered. Did you see that? This chinchilla is not only cheeky, he's sneaky. Chandler just stole Tobin's chestnut. Chandler's mouth dropped open. Who, me? Chandler said. But my sugar glider chap, you must be mistaken. Dawn took a step forward. She had seen Chandler take Tobin's chestnut too. Chandler, Dawn said, are you sure you didn't take one of Tobin's chestnuts? Dawn held Chandler in her gaze. Chandler's cheeks became pink. Chandler's teeth started to chatter. And then, from Chandler's paw, out dropped the chestnut. Chandler coughed. Chandler cried out. And then Chandler caved. Yes, Chandler said. I am not the chestnut champion. I am a cheater. Chandler, Dawn said, champions don't play cheap tricks. And besides, Tobin added, playing chestnuts is not about winning. It's about having fun and doing your best. I should not have cheated, Chandler said, but I wanted to be the champion. I wanted to win. Chandler, Tobin said, no one wins every time, but the more you practice, the better you'll play. Dawn smiled at the chinchilla. Chandler, Dawn said, would you like a second chance? Tobin clapped. Yes, I will cheer you along. Bismarck narrowed his eyes. And I will keep an eye on your chestnuts. And so the 4 friends settled into a cheerful game of chestnut checkers. Can we say that together? A cheerful game of chestnut checkers. It's a lot of ch-ch. Did you hear all of the ch-ch-ch sounds? With Chandler and the chinchilla and the cheater and the champion and the chestnuts. There are so many. So when you go back through your book, when you're reading by yourself or reading with one of your own stuffed animals, you can point to the sight words and all the words that start with ch-ch-ch. The other thing you could do is if you want, when you get into the very back of the book, if you don't know much about chinchillas, or if this is your first book you've read with me, you can learn about what it is to be nocturnal. You can learn about foxes like Dawn, and pangolins like Tobin, and sugar gliders like Bismarck. You can even learn about chestnuts. Thank you so much for coming. Tobin is waving goodbye to you, and we hope you guys all have a great day. Bye.